I got that California.
What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our Week 1 battle for Season 5 of the ICBA. Today we're facing off against Melontosh, coach of the Exeter Chief Electivires. He's very, very good at this game, and his team is insane. It's insane. Like, stop it, okay? He has, in my opinion, the best mon in Standard Draft League, which is Mew. Obviously, when you put it with Ubers, it becomes a lot less impressive, and there's other mons that are allowed in Standard Draft League that are allowed to shine a bit more. I think Landorus, Therian, Coco, they're a bit better than Mew is in Uber's draft leagues, but Mew is still incredibly strong and incredibly good in the format. Oh yeah, Celesteela is also, I think, a bit better in Uber's draft leagues than it is in Standard leagues. But his team is built around his Uber, his S tier, being Origin Form Giratina. And Origin Form Giratina has to hold the Grizzliosaur, so that means it gets, I believe it's a 1.5 or 1.3 times boost on all of its Ghost and Dragon attacks, which is terrifying. It also means it can't hold the Choice Scarf or Specs or Life Orb or just whatever other item, Assault Vest, it doesn't matter, okay? So that thing is the biggest threat to my team. It is horrifying, but his team overall is built really, really well around Giratina. It's meant to honestly put up constant pressure. He's got a lot of momentum and can really allow Giratina to be insanely offensive, and he really built his team really well, and honestly our matchup is not great. So we have to go up against Giratina Origin Form, Mew with Z moves, Mega Scizor, Volcarona with Z moves, Minchao, Nidoking, Whimsicott, Minior, Alolan Persian, which is a Z captain, so he can use Z Parting Shot if he needs be, if he wants to, and then Seismitoad and Raichu. So a lot of 4x weaknesses, and it's kind of forcing me to decide what I want to do. And I had 2 mocks, and I lost both of them pretty badly, so I kind of made 2 really rushed and quick changes in what my build is, and I'll go into that a bit later. But first, our team is Protean Greninja with Z-moves, Mega Gallade, Zapdos, Salamence with Z-moves, Sylveon, Donphan, Salazzle, Escavalier, Mismagius, and Pinsir and Lantern. There we go. Almost forgot him on. Anyways, the team that we are actually bringing this week is a very nice one. To start off, Greninja does a ton of work to his team. I basically get super effective coverage for everything. Looking at the team that he brought, the 6 mons, 5 of them I could have easily brought super effective coverage for. I think I actually, no, I don't. I have super effective coverage for 4 of them. That's it. But I don't have for the Whimsicott or for the. Oh no, I do. I have for 5 of them. So I have for all but the Minchao. But anyways, so I decided to run a Darkinium Z Greninja here because it's really strong against this team. We have Dark Pulse, Hidden Power Fire, Grass Knot, and Surf. Surf is there because of it's just really good, strong damage against a lot of his team. I don't think he's going to be a very. I don't really expect him to kind of expect Surf because I could run something like I don't know, Rock Slide for the Volcarona. I could run something like again Rock Slide for the Minior, but I think Surf is just the best option. It'll give me the best bang for my buck. Allowing me to turn to a Water type is going to be very good against this team instead of a Rock type, which could be easily beaten down by a Mega Scizor's Bullet Punch. So yeah, that's why we have Surf. But anyways, the EVs that we have Speed for Minior, that is in this Shield Down mode, so it's for base 120s. Our Hidden Power Fire always OHKOs Mega Scizor after it takes rocks. After rocks, if he has its max HP and he has to have 141 Spit F stat or less. If he has more than that, then it's a roll, but it's a roll in our favor, obviously, and it gets progressively more and more. And that's already a decent amount of Spit F that he has to have, or he has to invest in a Careful Nature, which will mean he's a lot less offensive. We then have Grass Knot, which OHKOs max special defense, max HP, bold Seismitoad. If it's we always OHKO no matter what the spread is after rocks. But if he is a specially defensive with Calm or Careful Nature, then it's a roll, but it's a roll like around 50-ish%. So it's gonna be kind of tough to see if we should stay in there. Obviously, there's the potential for Rindo Berry though. Then we have Surf, which will always OHKO a max HP Volcarona after Stealth Rocks. Obviously, it takes 50%. And then we have Dark Pulse into Z Dark Pulse, will always KO Mew with its Culver Berry. So I'm expecting it to be a Culver Berry Mew to deal with knockoffs from Mega Gallade, and obviously Greninja's Dark Pulse. So I'm expecting that to happen, and Dark Pulse into Z Dark Pulse will always KO, which is very nice. Next up though, we have our Mega Gallade here. We have Speed here for Minchao, and that's pretty much it. And we're running Swords Dance, Fire Punch, Knockoff, and Drain Punch. It's a really good set against this team. If we get to +2, we can do over 50% to the Giratina, which will allow us to also gauge what its EV spread is. If it's just max defense, if it's max special defense, if it's just max HP. But I assume it's going to be either max attack or max special attack. Basically, he can run whatever he wants on it. There was a physical Giratina that came with Shadow Force and Shadow Sneak against me. There was one that was just Shadow Ball and Draco Meteor, so I don't really know what kind of Giratina he's going to be, but I do know this thing does not get Roost. It does get Rest Talk though, and if I can just really wear it down and force it to go for that rest, I can kind of set up with my Mega Galade. Anyways, so yeah, basically this is a really strong mon against this team. Everything he brought kind of just drops to the combination of these 4 moves. If I get the +2, then good luck switching in. Next up though, we have our Miss Magius. It is Focus Sash this week because I felt like this would be a good lead against this team, and its coverage is really solid. I have Shadow Ball, Mystical Fire, Dazzling Gleam, and I have Energy Ball. I had Power Gem originally because I want to hit the Seismitoad, but I decided to go against it last minute, like very last minute, because I didn't do enough to the Seismitoad. It actually was a 4-hit KO, Shadow Ball was, and that's just not good enough, especially because it allowed me to get a Brox, then break my Sash, and do all those kind of things, which I really didn't want happening, so I brought Energy Ball instead of Power Gem. If he does bring the Volcarona, which he didn't, thankfully, I would have just gone for Mystical Fires over and over, lowering its special attack, forcing it to stay at neutral, and then he would just have to KO me because he wouldn't get any boosts in his special attack. So yeah, the only way that would kind of backfire is if he was like sub Roost Quiver Dance, and that means he only has 1 move left. If he's sub Roost Quiver Dance, again, 1 move left kind of sucks, and he kind of has to run a Z move to really do a lot of damage to my team, and basically he would have to be like Agua Berry to get back health if he doesn't want to be Roost, if he wants to have a second move. It's basically, I didn't really see that coming. Anyways, our next mod is going to be Donphan. It's Goodyear. I don't have a nickname for Miss Magius, by the way. I need to find one. Oh yeah, our Mega Galade is Texas Man, and our Greninja is Drew, after Drew Holiday and the Greninja from our BBL run. But anyways, Donphan, Goodyear here is Rocky Helmet this week. We have Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, Toxic, and Roar. We're a fully Fizz Def Donphan. The reason I'm doing this is because just in case I don't get up rocks or if he defogs them away, I still want to be able to Oko my Greninja 100%, or Oko Scizor 100% of the time with the Hidden Power Fire for my Greninja. So one switch in, if he goes for Bullet Punch or U-turn, doesn't matter, he'll take 17% from the Rocky Helmet, and then Greninja comes in and Hidden Power Fires and it KOs it the next time it wants to come in. So yeah, rocks are really important here. Toxic is very important. I have Roar for the for all the setup, the Scizor, the Giratina that wants to set up Calm Minds, the Mew who wants to set up Bulk Ups, Calm Minds, or whatever it may be. The Volcarona again with Quiver Dance. So that's why I have Roar here, and Rocks and Roar is a really good combination. I think it's going to really be useful against this team, really chipping them down. And he didn't bring I actually think Nido, yeah, no, he has 2 Rock Resists, but again, they're pretty frail in the Minchao and the Nidoking. Our next mon is going to be Burra, our Salamence here. We have a Lumberry Salamence. It's a very interesting set. We have Toxic Roost, Flamethrower, and Dragon Pulse. We have Speed here for base 90s. We have enough special attack to make sure we always 2-hit KO I think it's it was a very specific spread of Giratina with like 104 EVs and special defense that Josh brought. We always have enough to 2-KO that with Dragon Pulse. We also have enough HP and special defense to make sure that we are never OHKO'd by no special attack Muse Ice Beam, and we are never 2-KO'd by, again, no special attack Muse Ice Beam after we took a Roost. So if we go for Roost, we lose our flying typing, and Ice Beam goes from super effective times 4 to super effective times 2. So we'll live 2 of those 100% of the time. And my plan is here, Toxic the Mew, let it go Lumberry, let it synchronize me, we get our Lumberry, and then we are not toxic, and if he burns us, okay, he burns us, not a big deal, I'm special, and I can just Roost all out, and yeah, that's my play. Then we have our Sylveon here. This is the late edition. Oh yeah, it was going to be a Dragon Dance Salamence, by the way. It wasn't the best idea. Anyway, so this is our late edition, the Sylveon. I was going to bring the Pinsir here, a Scarf Pinsir, to help with the Mew, because Mew is a really big problem to my team. But Sylveon is really helpful here. It gets Hyper Voice, we have Baton Fast, we have Hidden Power Fire, and we have Calm Mind. My whole point is I want to set up a Calm Mind and then Baton Pass into something else. I always live a Mega Scizor's Bullet Punch after rocks, so 100% of the time we'll live. I think we also have a couple, we'll live like pretty well too. But yeah, we basically will take those hits, and then if we set up a Calm Mind as he switches to Mega Scizor or Nidoking or whatever, and we Baton Pass, then we basically go into our Greninja and we claim lives, which is scary for him, because a +1 Greninja with super effective coverage for 5 or 6 members is not going to be easy to switch in on, and the Minchao is, again, it's not very bulky. So yeah, that's our team. It's been a pretty long team builder at that, but hopefully you guys appreciate it. I try to really get as much information as I can out to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the new layouts for this season. I'm really trying to test it out, see if it works. I love the left side of it with the different mons and the gameplay screen. The right is a little bit of a work in progress. The bottom right I like a lot. It's the same setup I have for the what is it called? Oh my god, I'm trying to think. The Shady Lock that I did. But the top, I'm still trying to work out the kinks. Might change a little bit here and there, but I'm liking it so far. Anyways, let's get into the battle. I've been talking long enough. He brought the Giratina, the Mew, the Whimsicott, the Mega Scizor, the Mienshao, and the Nidoking. And I'm going to lead off with my Donphan here. I decided against leading off with my Mismagius just because I felt like I had to, I was really able to I felt Rocks was more important, honestly. And I think that Mismagius was kind of in a good spot. I didn't think he was going to lead off with the Mew here. I kind of expected this to be the lead and him to be able to go for a U-turn or a knockoff. And I honestly felt like Rocks were really important early on. So I'm happy I got a good turn 1 prediction right, and I go into my Donphan as he went into his Mienshao. But he's going to go for the U-turn here. He's going to take a little bit of chip from the Rocky Helmet. I'm going to fire off the Stealth Rocks. And at this point, it's very important because we now know that he is, well, he could be Regenerator rather. If he is Regenerator, he'll come back in at full HP, and that's very important knowledge for us to know, because if he's Reckless with a Jump Kick, that's terrifying. He goes into his Whimsicott here, and Whimsicott is a threat to our team. I don't really have an answer to it, so I'm going to stay in. I kind of expected the Giga Drain, but Leech Seed is fine too. I could obviously Rapid Spin and get away with the Seeds, but I'm just going to go for the Toxic here. I felt this was more important. We would have probably lived the Giga Drain had he not been like Specs or Life Orb or something. At least I think we would have. I didn't do the calc for it, but yeah, so I go for the Toxic here. That's very important because it'll allow me to wear this thing down very well, and he's now going to take about 6%, and at this point I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go into my Sylveon here, expecting again the Giga Drain to come out. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised he didn't go for the Giga Drain here. He actually ends up going for the Moonblast, as I'm going to take a sip of water. So he goes to the Moonblast, and this damage is very little. It makes me think he's not very invested at all, and I'm going to pause it because he did get a special attack drop there. You guys saw it. And that's huge because I want to Baton Pass here, and I would have been like, if I Baton Pass here, then I go into a neutral Greninja and I basically just attack whatever's in front of me. But because he got the special attack drop, I can't really go into my Greninja because I won't OHKO certain things. I won't OHKO the Scizor, I won't OHKO the Nidoking, I won't OHKO whatever it may be. So I just can't. Anyways, I'm gonna go for the Baton Pass anyways. Just kind of trying to see what he wants to do. He's now taking 12% from Toxic, and he has to switch out. I kind of expected the U-turn, but so I guess he doesn't have U-turn, he doesn't have Giga Drain, which is good. So he's revealed, was that 2 of his moves in Leech Seed and Moonblast. But I go for the Baton Pass here. We're passing a -1 in special attack, which really does suck, but I can go into my Mega Gallade here and really kind of force him out, make him think I have the Earthquake or the Zen Headbutt or whatever it may be, or Ice Punch even. So I go into this thing, and I'm going to pause it because I misclick here big time. I wanted to Mega Evolve and click Swords Dance here. Instead, I don't know what I was doing, but like I tried like backing out, and like I was using like my finger as a stylus, and I accidentally clicked Knock Off without Mega Evolving. Had I Mega Evolve, awesome. Because I didn't Mega Evolve, well, the Mew comes in, and the Mew's gonna be a pain in the ass. Cool name. Anyways, so I didn't Mega Evolve here, which really sucks because we could have done like 40% of this thing, and he reveals to be actually a Z move here because we didn't knock off any item. And I'm going to go for a Mega Evolution and knock off again. If he burns me, so what? We should be able to KO him even if we're burnt after, which is very nice. Had we Mega'd, obviously there would have been, I guess, a chance we could have KO'd him depending on his spread. So I'm going to go for the knockoff here, and we are going to be able to bring him down pretty low, as he will now be able to just go for a Calm Mind. And I'm thinking that's the best possible turn for me. He didn't status me, he didn't attack me, he didn't recover up. Like, I can now just KO this thing, and if he doesn't want to sack it off, then I can just knock off something as item, or just do a good amount of damage to the Giratina. But no, he sacks off his Mew, and we pick up the first KO of the season, and it belongs to our Mega Gallade. So, wow. I'm honestly, I'm incredibly happy with how that happened. But again, that misclick really could have cost me big time. But in comes Lucifer, his Giratina, which is such a huge threat to me. I'm just gonna let him KO me. If he's Hex, then he has to be. If he's Hex, then I live a modest Hex 100% of the time, I think it is. Or no, I live it's like almost 100% of the time. No, I think my investments blah, blah, blah. Let me try this one more time. I think my investments allow me to live Hex 100% of the time. If not, it's like very, very close to being almost 100% of the time. But if he's Shadow Ball, then he always OHKOs me. If he's Modest, if he's Timid, it's a roll in his favor. So I'm going to knock off here. He's going to go for an attack. We do a decent chunk of damage to him as he goes through the Shadow Ball, and Shadow Ball is going to obliterate us. We're going down here. It really does suck. He's probably Modest, max special attack. And he probably has a lot of defense investments with very little HP based on the damage he did. I'm going to go into my Sylveon here. Hyper Voice will force this thing out into the Scizor, hopefully into the Nidoking. So because of that, I'm going to go for Calm Mind here. So I'm going to click the Calm Mind, and we're going to be able to get to +1 special attack, +1 special defense. And luckily for me, he goes into his Nidoking. So This is basically going to make it so that I take less damage with my Sylveon than with the Nidoking. Obviously, if he was Life Orb with Poison Jab, I would not live this hit. But if he's Life Orb Sludge Wave, I will live this hit. And you're going to see we get the +1 special attack, +1 special defense. We get our leftovers back. We're sitting pretty here. I'm going to click Baton Pass and go hard into my Greninja here, as he's going to go for a Sludge Wave, hoping that he kind of reveals that he's Life Orb with the damage he does. But unfortunately, with the damage that he does end up doing, it shows me that he is not Life Orb, which means he could be Scarfed or Assault Vest or whatever it may be, which is terrifying because, again, I'm going to go into my Greninja here. We do always OHKO a Assault Vest Nidoking. We don't always OHKO a Pasho Berry Nidoking. But again, he can't realistically be Pasho that much because he has to think, okay, I could be Ice Beam. I could go for my Z Dark Pulse right here and nuke him, but I don't think I should because I need to make sure that I have that around for a potential Scizor, or not Scizor, for the what's it called, the Giratina. That's it. So I'm gonna go for the Surf here. If he's Scarf, we're gonna take like 50%. And yeah, if he's Pasho Berry, that's even worse. So I'm gonna go for the Surf here. Thankfully, we outspeed him. Is he going to be the Berry? Let's see. We had a Protein, and no, he's not Berry. So this thing should drop 100%, which is incredibly good. So I had no switch into Nidoking on my team. I was actually said in one of my mocks, if this thing comes, I have to choose a sack. And thankfully, I did not have to sack off anything. But in comes the Meanchow, and I'm kind of expecting it to be a Scarf Meanchow to outspeed me and kill me back with High Jump Kick. I don't have Hidden Power Flying, obviously. I don't have a Psychic move like Extra Sensory or a Fairy type move, so I'm just going to switch out here. The reason I'm switching out here is not because of the High Jump Kick that I'm scared of. I'm kind of expecting to go for a U-turn because that's what he showed the first time, but I'm expecting him to be Assault Vest because of what Josh brought. Ultra Player, he gave me a mock, and he actually was an Assault Vest Meanchow, which is very tough for me to deal with, I'll be honest. It's a really good answer to Greninja, a very creative answer. So yeah, he revealed to be Regenerator, by the way. So I'm going to switch out now. I'm going to go hard into my, I believe I go into my Salamence here to get the -1 in his attack. Gauge how much attack he has, basically, like what his investments could be. And maybe he is Scarfed and he goes for High Jump Kick. But no, he goes for the U-turn. So I could have stayed in, gotten another attack off if he was indeed Scarfed. But from that damage, I really can't tell if he's like max attack or no attack. I just couldn't tell. I think he has some attack. But anyways, in comes the Whimsicott, and he takes Rocks, he takes Poison, he's going to take, he's going to gain some leftovers health back, and I can go for a Flamethrower here. It's pretty much going to get rid of this thing. I'm expecting him to go for a Stun Spore, and it's a good thing that he would go for a Stun Spore because I have my Lumberry, but you're going to see he actually goes for the Leaf Seed, and he ends up missing, which is a pretty big roll here because our Flamethrower here isn't going to be able to KO, which I did not see coming. I thought we were going to KO here, and with Leaf Seed recovery back, which he probably would have gone back, I think, before leftovers, he would have been able to survive this hit. So that sucks. It sucks. So our Salamence won't pick up a KO, but our Donphan does, and our Salamence is still around here pretty much at full HP, but in comes the Meanchow. I'm not sure what this thing wants to do to me. Hidden Power Ice won't KO me, and I can go for a Dragon Pulse and do like 50-60% to it. So I'm going to go for that Dragon Pulse here, as he's actually going to stay in, and I'm like, okay, there was a Siren, sorry. So I'm going to go for that Dragon Pulse, and we do nothing. I'm like, okay, he is definitely 100% Assault Vest. And look at this, he crits us with the Stone Edge. First of all, who lands a Stone Edge? Who? So we just lost our Salamence, and I'm kicking myself, and I'm like, I just lost this game. This is unbelievable. I should have just gone into my Donphan here. Like, why did I do that? I just threw away the game. I was in such a good spot. I just threw it away. I felt so bad about that misplay. It was such a big turn, and I go into Sticks here thinking like, this is my best play to salvage to this. I have to go for a Dazzling Gleam, really chip it down so that it gets into range of my Greninja, and I can just OHKO it there. So I go for the Dazzling Gleam here, and he's gonna go for the Stone Edge again, and he's gonna land again. So he's 2 for 2 on Stone Edges now. I guess that makes up for the Leaf Seed miss, but he's gonna switch out now, and I predict this switch out, and I go for the Mystical Fire as he goes into his Scizor, and I'm thinking now, you took damage from Rocks, you're not Mega'd yet, will this KO, Mystical Fire, come on out, will you do the job, pick up the KO, please Mismagius, do your work, and yes, it finally does. Mismagius picks up a KO, like, basically Mismagius I brought to many leagues. I know there's one league where I went 0-6 with it, so yeah, but in comes this thing here. I'm going to go for the Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam won't KO the Giratina, but it will the second turn, so if he goes for a U-turn here to try and pick me off, then yeah, but I'm going to go for the Dazzling Gleam. Hopefully we can really wear him down enough, and this should be game. That Mystical Fire play was the whole game. If we didn't make that play, then we would have lost because Mismagius would have went down to a Bullet Punch, and we wouldn't have any way to chip down this damn Assault Vest Meanchow any more than we could have. So I go into my Greninja here. It will drop to a Surf. That's my play here. I'm going to click Surf. It's going to go down, and then in comes the Giratina, and we can just fire off the Z Dark Pulse, and we can win the game. So we're going to be able to pick up a nice win here, and I'm honestly kind of shocked because I did not expect to win this game. I was like going into like, we're going to go down 0-1 to start our season because we have no real switch-ins to a lot of his mons, and his team is incredibly bulky but strong and fast. It's going to be really hard to beat. But no, we're going to pick up a 3-0 win here. So, wow. Honestly, Greninja comes in clutch, picks up 3 kills for us. Sylveon with the baton pass, the momentum it was able to give us was huge. Getting into Gallade, getting into Greninja, really created a way for us to just break holes through his team. And that's kind of what I was hoping for with this team, was being able to just open up holes and really use momentum to just like, I don't know, I guess break through things. And that's what it did. Miss Magic's coming in clutch. The Mystical Fire prediction was perfect. Donphan with the rocks, obviously. And yeah, so that's it. We pick up a 3-0 win. GG to Melon. Kind of sucks about the Leech Seed miss there. I don't know how much it would have changed the game, and I will say you did land 3 Stone Edges, so in a row. But yeah, like I don't know. That Stone Edge play with the Mean Chow on the Salmons, I definitely misplayed there, and thankfully it didn't cost me. So yeah, we start off 1-0. Your Montreal Milotics pick up a win in their first game. Again, GG and Melon. Next week, I think we play Splurge and the Bracknell Beedrills. We played him once before in the BBL. He's pretty good. He knows what he's doing. And yeah, honestly, guys, I'm excited for this season, especially after this week. The way the team performed, it was really able to just kind of switch around well, keep up offensive pressure. Really happy with how it went. Anyways, guys, make sure to answer the comment question of the day. Thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Of course, comment and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.